Hello, and how are we today? If you're out there, well, the purpose of this blog is to basically show you part of that I am working on my wall. Yes, my bedroom wall. Basically, when I first started YouTube, which would be around about 2-3 years ago, I think it was either October 2006 or October 2007. I can't remember. Basically, I showed you the very first video that I ever made with no sound. It was my wall, and of course I had lots of posters on there of Rammstein, Beatles, a radio map. I had things like Sean Paul. I had Stereophonics, and basically I've still got Nickelback and Linkin Park up there. But sadly, the rest have been diminished because I've started a new bedroom wall that is going to be better than previously, and this is basically my Northern Soul wall. Basically, I have posters and I have flyers that I basically collected all over the years to basically put them on my wall. Now, I've started this. I'm going to show you basically what I've done on my wall here. When you get round to it, so you'll be able to see what I have basically done. So there we have some flyers for Sleaford. That one's obviously falling apart, so I haven't put the next one on yet. All these different flyers come from various venues that I've attended. There's actually 5 there for the Right Track Club, which is an absolutely fantastic club in my opinion. Just like the Solo, which is there. Mr. Wayne, he does that one. Martin does the Right Track. We've got the Fleet, which is a good club as well. These are actually in Peterborough. There's one for Skegness with you know, and Hitsville. I don't know where that is. Oh, it does say, but you know, there's various ones up there. There's Breakaway Soul Club, and of course, as we move along, there are all these up there, various ones, you know, basically that are lining up my wall. As you can see up there, there's a Dean Parish poster. Then there's an actual poster with lots of badges on it. I don't think I can reach up there, so we have to leave that one. That one with where it says Arthur Fenn and Soul Sam, I did that. I was actually DJing at that one. That was a City Club. Mick Cooper and Steph Mullaney were actually the promoters there. I was the special guest DJ. Matt Wallace, as it says on there. Brilliant. There's People All Nighter up there and various ones up there. Dean Parish again. A really spanking solo flyer because it's actually all multicoloured, which I absolutely think is brilliant. Sold at St Ives. I've never been to there, but I've been told it's quite a good venue to go to. Market Harbour. That one I can't even pronounce. It's Bentinick or something. Bentinck. North Wales Scooter Rally, Wigan Casino Rochelle Weekender. That sounds a bit too good, but then again, like with these, as I was saying, nostalgic trip, you can imagine the amount of time they're going to be playing Tainted Love by Gloria Jones and all these typical oldies Northern Soul records, you know, because when you go to scooter rallies, the amount of times they play a Frank Wilson Do I Love You is like, oh my god, too many times for my liking. And that's why there are some Northern Soul venues who don't actually tread on this. And I know a lot of people do actually turn around and say that they are treading on the same old, but actually if you go to places like the Right Track and Soul on certain venues, they actually don't, they do play a lot of oldies and they do play a lot of same old, but they actually do slip in now and again lots of various records. If you actually go to venues that are purely based on oldies, and I mean literally classic soul and Motown nights or things like scooter rallies, I actually guarantee you that they probably play a lot more of the same old than actually on a Northern Soul venue, because they're limited to only a very selective few Northern Soul records. They probably have something like 50 odd Northern Soul records that just happen to be so popular that they play them all on the senior, like Do I Love You Frank Wilson, and they play the ones that are really popular, because you go to classic soul and Motown venues and they often get DJs, and when you say to them, can you play a bit of Northern Soul, they're not really too much for the actual Northern Soul that is a bit more obscure than that. They're more or less well known to knowing something like Dobie Gray's Out on the Floor, and they know these sort of Gloria Jones, Tainted Love, and they often say Motown music comes directly in the shooting of This Old Heart of Mine by the Isley Brothers and various things like that, and they play a lot of these general soul records. You know, you can often hear things like Love Train by the O'Jays, and they play a bit of 60s and 70s, and it all puts in, because this is what basically they want to hear. This is what the general public who go out there want to hear, which is okay, but it's very, very same old. And you know, if they actually ever got into getting DJs who could play lots of Northern Soul as well, and particularly using DJs who would come out onto like for instance your typical Martin Stanford from Peterborough, and Andy Smith, although he does some of these, and I suppose he may well play a little bit different to what he'd normally play at a venue of Northern Soul. But if you actually had these type of DJs and particularly get a bit of modern in there, you know, Mick Cooper comes along and Dave Forrest, and basically DJs who blow up Northern Soul, because these are top quality DJs to be had. You know, don't mess with them. They are the Northern Soul DJs of, like, they're legends. People like Skip Stewart as well, total legends. These people actually are people who literally would go out there and play a lot more Northern Soul and wouldn't be too fussed about playing all the ordinary ones. You know, they'd be having bits and pieces like, to us Northern Soul is, yeah, overplayed, but to the people that have never heard these before, that's a total different thing. You know, to have these type of DJs who want to go out there and say it's a classic soul and Motown roadshow or something, and they have these sort of DJs on like John Bradley and Ian Gray, and they play a lot of ordinary sort of thing, and very little Northern Soul that's actually to thing. You know, can you imagine them? We have to play Sam Cooke, but the Sam Cooke record's going to be Twisting the Night Away or Chain Gang. I'm sure it will be. Northern Soul, when you don't do this, they play quality Northern Soul music like Sugar Dumpling, which is by far the best Northern Soul record of all time, as well as the best Sam Cooke record of all time. But then again, there's loads of good stuff out there that I basically like, and I'm quite partial to a bit of Gloria Scott. Thank you, Mr. Martin Stanford, for playing that out one time. Absolutely fantastic record. It's just, I had to come home and find it, which I had it on a CD. I found my Modern Soul Connoisseur CD and it was on there. Woohoo! Well, anyway, that's my wall. That's my little bit of rantings about Northern Soul. I'd like to finish off with that. If you're ever in Peterborough, or I've never been, the DJ that is by far the best DJ that I think from Peterborough is Keith Wilcox. Mind you, though, he doesn't have a copy of Sugar Dumpling, so that has to be said. It might actually detect, you know, because I do admit, and some people do admit, that if you've got a copy of Sugar Dumpling, then you'll be in my top drawer for DJs. Yes, Rob Smith's got a copy, and I know Martin Stanford's got a copy. Mick Cooper actually sadly sold it, but I let him off because he actually does have Somebody Have Mercy by Sam Cooke, which is another equally as good record, and I absolutely do admit. And the reason why I'm going on about Sam Cooke is because people don't always know this, but he is actually my favourite soul singer, apart from Jackie Wilson. Sam Cooke, I live and breathe him. Total legend of soul music. How can one not like him? He sings absolutely brilliantly. But there you go. And bye for now.